Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining Ask Abby, our show where we answer all of your financial questions. Today, we have a very great topic for you. We're answering the question, can I be evicted during the pandemic? So that's what we're going to get into today. I know I've already done a few shows on COVID-related topics and payment relief options. So if you have questions on that kind of stuff, definitely go back, visit our Facebook page. We have a specific topic for a lot of these COVID relief options. So today we're talking about rent payments and eviction, what to do if you can't pay your rent, what are your relief options, your rights, and ultimately, can you be evicted during the pandemic? Those are the questions we're answering today, but before we do, I just want to give a reminder to check out our Facebook page. Last week we did a show on why haven't I received my stimulus check yet. So if you should have received a stimulus check and you haven't, check out that show. We break that down for you and figure out how to receive your stimulus check. So let's jump into COVID-19, your rent options, and evictions if you're facing one. Obviously the situation is becoming more and more complicated and confusing every single day. So we went ahead and we did the research and have the most up-to-date information for you on your relief options and your rights and laws that can help you stay in your home while you weather this financial crisis. And if there are protections in place in your state, local, or right now the federal government, when do those protections expire? So we're going to talk a little bit about the CARES Act protections and protections outside of that, state by state. So if you're facing trouble paying your rent or mortgage, or you think you might be in the coming months, this video is for you. Also, if you're facing eviction, we get to that after we talk about the CARES Act. We're going to talk about, well, what if I'm already facing eviction notices or have missed rent payments and I have no more protections left? So we're going to talk about all that today. First, we're going to get into the CARES Act, which provides protections for tenants until late July. But the rules only apply to properties that have government or federally backed loans. So that's about 50% of loans that are federally backed by like Freddie Mac, agencies like that. So because of this, actually applying the law also becomes tricky because some landlords are delivering eviction notices outside of these laws. So if you're now or might be soon facing issues, make sure you look into your property, see if it's federally backed, and know that, because some landlords either know and are ignoring it, and that could be your case, or they don't know that you are protected by the CARES Act. So look into it. If you're not covered by the CARES Act, you might be covered by a state or local moratorium, but those are also set to expire or even starting to expire. Some have started expiring in May, and others, like New York's, which New York has 8.2 million renters, that's going to end in August, on August 20th. So with these deadlines all on the horizon, some landlords are on the edge of their seat ready to file evictions. If their tenants haven't been paying rent for a month or two, or maybe even 3, since this coronavirus really hit the economy, they're on the edge of their seat waiting to file these evictions proceedings. So what do you do if your eviction protections have been expired? The first thing you should do is look for other ways to allocate your finances to your rent payment. So if your eviction protection moratoriums and you're getting close are going to expire and you're getting close to July 20th or late July, make sure to take a look at your finances, deep dive into them, and see if there are other places you can take away from to catch up on your rent. That way you don't get evicted. Some state and local governments also have put moratoriums in place with protections on utility bills. So like your water, your electricity, so you might be protected there. And if you're protected there for longer than you're protected for rent, take those funds and put them towards your rent. To find all of the local moratoriums for both eviction and rent, visit the site evictionlab.org. They have a whole section with a breakdown of those moratoriums and eviction policies. So you also have options for your car payment, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So many lenders are offering forbearance, and some manufacturers even have options. So if you have a Toyota or a Ford and you've recently purchased it, sometimes they're waiving the first few payments or offering forbearance of some kind. So watch the video we just did a couple weeks ago on what to do if you're having issues paying your car payment due to COVID-19. Couple other things you can do if your eviction protections are about to expire is if you have debt, credit card debt, personal loan debt, or student loan debt, or anything like that that takes a big chunk of your income every month, call our coaches. It's free. Our coaches can not only help you analyze your finances and understand your situation and help you make the best decisions and make the most of it, but if you have debt that you want to consolidate into one payment or potentially reduce, our coaches can help you there as well. So give our coaches a call. You can go to creditanddebt.org to connect with our coaches. Lastly, if you have questions about your COVID relief options, you have to check out this tool. It's covid.credit.org. Credit.org is a nonprofit credit counseling agency, and they developed this tool. It's quick and easy, and it's free, and it will tell you just what kind of relief you're looking for, and it provides you with the research already done. So, for example, if you're trying to figure out your mortgage forbearance options, you can just click mortgage forbearance and a couple other fields, and then it pops up. It breaks down all of the CARES Act options and where to go to find out if your mortgage is federally backed. And it has options for credit card relief, student loan relief, small business relief. So it's all on there. Definitely check it out. So let's say you've gone through all that and you're not protected by any of this and your landlord is already knocking on your door. Now what do you do? There are 4-ish things you need to do. And the first one is make sure you know what kind of notice has been delivered. So there are a few things that your landlord is going to do first before he or she actually delivers that eviction notice. So if your landlord, if they're delivering your eviction notice, first will be a pay rent or quit notice, cure or quit notice, or an unconditional quit notice. What these 3 types of notices do, and you'll get one of them, is they terminate your lease, and then your landlord can move forward with your eviction notice. So to do the eviction, it's actually a lawsuit so it goes through the court processes it, and then a court date is assigned. So you're not actually being evicted. Those notices are your first sign that motion has started. So the second thing you need to do is understand your rights. Like I said, the first thing that has to happen is one of those notices has to be delivered. Most states have laws that protect you by preventing your landlord or property manager from just coming and changing the locks, shutting off the utilities, or just having someone come move you out. Most states protect those types of things. So make sure you know your rights in your state for your eviction laws right now. An eviction is actually a lawsuit, like we just said. So your landlord has to file with the court processes it and schedules a hearing date. So if the judge rules in favor of the landlord, he'll issue, after the eviction hearing, they'll issue a writ of possession document, which basically says when you have to return the rental property back to the landlord, basically when you have to move out by. But here's the thing, evictions can be long and expensive processes for landlords. So before you get to that point, here's the 4th thing we suggest you doing. Communicate with your landlord, because so many landlords and tenants are facing these uncertain circumstances. And the coronavirus pandemic has really shaken up things for a lot of people. So because of that, there's options for both you and landlords out there for relief. And, it's a hard conversation to have, but definitely communicate. You don't know how they're going to react. Ultimately, if eviction is on the table, communicating about it and your circumstances is better than no communication at all. So potentially you can work together to find a better solution. I hope we answered all of your questions today, and if I didn't and you still have questions on eviction or your payment options, your rent payment options, please reach out. You can comment on this post. You can email me directly at askabby@creditanddebt.org, or you can visit my Facebook page, Ask Abby, and shoot me a message. There are a lot of people facing these circumstances, and it's confusing, and there's new information all the time. So please take a moment, hit that like button, and share this video, because the more you share our stuff, the more people benefit, because they'll see it too. And then ultimately, if you really do like it, you'll see more of us as well. So share, please hit that thumbs up button. It takes 2 seconds. And also make sure to sign up for notifications for our live Facebook show on Wednesdays. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week on Ask Abby.